Welcome here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, on site, on location at AAC Media Days. It is their 10-year anniversary, and it's a new look conference. And we're here with the SMU Mustangs, who are incumbent members of this, and head coach Rhett Lashlee. Rhett, how are you?
Yeah, good.
Happy
Thanks
to
for
have
having
you
me
here.
on. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I remember when you came into the conference just a few short years ago. What can you say about why you chose SMU then and why you continue to choose them today?
You know, I'm just a simple guy. I grew up in Northwest Arkansas, about 5 hours from Dallas. And so when you grow up in Arkansas, high school football is a big deal because you got that and the Razorbacks, and that's it. And you keep hearing about Texas football, both high school and college. And I'd been blessed to have good opportunities at Auburn and other places. And the opportunity arose when Sonny Dykes got the head job here to come be his offensive coordinator. And I had known Sonny a little bit, and but not great, but heard good things about him. But really just the opportunity to get into Texas as a college coach, get to recruit and meet some of the best high school coaches and players in the country, and to be at SMU. I grew up in the Southwest Conference days with Arkansas, so I knew about SMU and what had been and what could be. And I think that's what drew me to here initially.
And when you look at this conference now, I mean, they moved from Providence, Rhode Island area down to Irving, Texas for their headquarters for the American Athletic. And we now have SMU as well as UNT for North Texas coming in, Rice coming in, and UTSA. Being the Texas school after Houston had left, to be the lone and then to have three coming in this realignment, what does that mean to you to have four teams here in Texas as well as the headquarters?
Yeah, I think it speaks to the strength of Texas high school and college football. And, in our state, it's unique. The THSCA and the UIL do high school football at a level probably second to none. And so to have four colleges in the same league is a big deal. And I think it's good for the league. I think it'll be good for all four programs because, like I said, high school football is just such a big deal here in Texas.
And, with this realignment and everything that's gone on, you hear all this stuff on the outside. SMU, are they going? Are they staying? How do you handle that? And do your student athlete, how do you kind of address that with everyone when we continue to hear all this hearsay and rumors that happen all the time?
Well, the easiest thing is I have no control over any of it.
Yeah.
Right? And so my job's to put our team in a position to compete for a championship. And look, we have an incredible history at SMU, from the Pony Express days to Doak Walker. We've won 3 national titles, tons of conference titles, but we haven't won a conference championship outright in 40 years.
Yeah.
You got to let that sink in for a minute. And so my job is to try to comprise a staff and a team that can compete for our conference championship. And I think we've got a team that can compete for it and compete at the highest level in college football. And we think we can do that. We think we've proven that over the last 3 or 4 years that we can do that. And so after that, it really doesn't matter. We just got to find a way to win and win at a consistent level. And whatever league we're in, the American's a great league. The college football playoff expands to 12 next year. And if you win the American, you're almost surely going to be in the playoff every year. And so wherever we are, we've got to control us, and we've got to continue to try to build a team that can compete for a championship. And if we do that, I think the rest will take care of itself, because SMU and Dallas is a recipe for success.
Do you feel like within this conference, there's enough competition nationally to showcase who SMU truly is?
Absolutely. I think, look, we lost 3 good teams, but Tulane beat every one of them and won the league last year, and they're back in our league. I know we beat one, lost to one by a 2-point play, and lost a halftime lead to the other. Like, we lost good teams.
Yeah.
But the parity and the competitiveness is the same in this league. And I think you could almost argue that we're not going to drop at all, because we brought in 6 schools. 3 of them are championship caliber institutions already. But I think you could argue the depth of our league may even be stronger.
And when we look at where we go from here with SMU, what I love about it, you mentioned Dallas, is that SMU has embraced Dallas in such a big way into your logo, putting the D on there, as well as having Dallas right across the chest of the student athletes. Just bring me into that piece of it and really showcasing, because, you think of SMU, you think of the Mustangs, Southern Methodist, but now there's that Dallas factor that is such a prominent piece of any type of promotion for SMU.
Look, we have a top 5 media market, the #1 city in the country for jobs, the #1 city in the country for business and sports. I was the OC here when we started the Dallas campaign. Mayor Eric Johnson has been fantastic. We have embraced Dallas. Dallas has embraced us. And the Triple D and the rebrand has been a big deal, not only with the older fans, the current fans, but the younger generation. I think the biggest deal is the reality of it is true. We're the only Division I school in the city of Dallas. And no disrespect to the schools in Fort Worth and Denton, But when you're 30, 35 miles outside, that's the same distance that FAU is from Miami. And nobody says FAU's in Miami. They say they're in Boca Raton. And so what we have going for us is unique. And it's been great to see our university and leadership lean into the city and the city lean back. And hopefully we can help each other out.
And as we look at kind of where to go from here, I know that these are small issues that don't affect anybody. NIL, transfer portal, realignment, all of these things that have gone on here. How do you coach at a time where there could be programs out there that are sending messages to your players, asking them to get into the portal, offering them money, and at the same time having to re-recruit everybody every year, then try to deal with the bigger picture of how realignment has shaken up the entire country? I mean, Oklahoma and Texas had a ripple effect that went all the way to Division II. So how do you manage all of that when you're being a head coach and trying to do the normal task at hand?
It's hard. You got to have a good staff.
Yeah.
I think you and your staff have to have great authentic relationships with your team to have the culture that can withstand and build teams in this day and age of college athletics. Look, NIL is great. People should be allowed to capitalize on their name, image, and likeness. The transfer portal is fine. They're both fine in the right place.
Yeah.
So no shock to us coaches, there's been a lot of unintended consequences because nobody really asked us our opinion, or they did, and then they didn't care about our answer.
Yeah.
We could have told you these things were going to happen. And so, I hope that for the longevity of our game and for honestly, the longevity of the success of student athletes, that we get NIL and the transfer portal into a position where it's not so much tampering and pay for play. And it's not so much, look, you can call it what you want. I'm not saying every kid that transfers is a quitter, but it makes it a lot easier for kids to quit that shouldn't than it did when I grew up playing.
Yeah.
And so many lessons I learned in football, if I could have transferred, I don't know if I'd have stuck around and learned them. And so we're given the rules to play with. We do it the best we can. It's hard. It's exhausting. I don't think there's one college coach that would tell you they love the way things are right now. But I would think most college coaches would tell you they love the student athletes and they love their players and they want what's best for them. And that's kind of what we focus on. And that's how we kind of keep our head on straight in this craziness.
Well, in the craziness that is, we know that you can control on the football field what you do, and that's coming up here very soon for the SMU Mustangs and head coach Rhett Lashlee here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora for AAC Media Days. Coach,
Thanks for
appreciate
having me
your
on.
time. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.